back, Gemini. Thank you for joining me on my page. This is Gemini's forecast for November 2018. If you haven't joined me before, please do subscribe, press the bell icon so that you get notified of my videos. So this is a general reading for Gemini. So all of those in Gemini and beginning and end on the cusps. So do listen in, take what you can from the video and the information that is given, and do give me a thumbs up and say hello in the comments. As I'm tuning in, this month is all about courage for you, and for some of you that might not be something that you're expecting, because you already feel like you go about your day and you're getting on with it, but it does feel as though there's going to be a little bit more inner strength this month. There's going to be some fears that are faced, but that is nothing to worry about. This is about overcoming and, in essence, becoming. I do need to say that for some of you this is about confidence as well, courage to speak up, speak out, and walk your walk. Yeah, walk your walk. In the second week of November, it does feel very much as though there's going to be an ending in order for there to be a new beginning. Now, for some of you that may be within work. You may have grown tired of being where you're at and the new opportunity arises. Please do take that if you feel that's for you. But also I need to talk about releasing some old and toxic thought patterns and beliefs. That is something that has been sat on your mind since at least May this year. Okay, and I also need to talk about finding the courage to face some deep-seated stuff. Now, this may be to do with family ties, family connections, but it's about going a little bit deeper. When we look at icebergs, we see the stuff that's floating on top, but that's only a third. That's only a third of just how huge these icebergs are. So just be aware of that, and be aware of any emotions that come up to be dealt with and worked through. So I do need to talk about the word courage a bit more. And as I'm tuning in, it does feel as though there's going to be some of you that has the courage to finally stand up to somebody who throws their weight around quite a bit. This may be verbally, but either way, it can often cause you to feel a little bit uncertain, not only of yourself, but of your surroundings. So just be aware of that if that is you. I also know that that inner well of strength that you do have, for those that don't feel they have, everyone does, that's going to be topped up. And towards the end of the month, when you face these fears and these suppressed things that have been going on, and it's almost like a weight around your feet, you are going to be rewarded for that. You are going to see the fruits of your labour as such. Now, this does feel like a month of endings and then new beginnings. And for some of you, that may mean stepping away from who people think you are. We can often get into a situation that becomes a lifestyle by following other people's dreams and expectations, specifically parents, but for anyone, that is important in your life, we can find that we end up living their dreams. Yeah. That's not what we are here to do. We are here to experience as much as we can in order for our soul to grow. Okay, I do need to say that there is somebody else in your life at the moment that is also going through quite a tough time, and that may be why you've been putting off dealing with your own stuff. When we think of icebergs and holding back our emotions and not dealing with things, rather putting them in a box, now's the time to open that box for some of you. Now, I do feel as though this may scare some of you, but actually it's going to liberate you. For some of you, it's been 20, 30 years since you closed that lid on that box of emotions and unhealed hurt. But do not be afraid to open that box. Dive in, because at the end of the month it is going to feel so much easier. Now I need to talk about the 3rd of November. It feels as though you're going to really step into your own well of courage there, and that does feel like standing up for yourself. So just be aware of that. Around about the 3rd of November, you may feel that you need to speak your truth a little bit more than what you normally do. And I also need to move along to about the 12th of November as well. That does feel like you're going to be rewarded again for having those endings happen and allowing those endings to happen. So therefore, new beginnings are coming. Towards the end of the month, about the 28th, about the 28th, it feels very much as though there's going to be some of you that are looking seriously into moving homes or moving jobs, and that is something that is going to come to fruition. So just be aware of that, and hold that intention that that's exactly what you want to do. Now for some of you, you're going to be roaring like lions and tigers. You're going to find that courage and you are going to just completely smash this month, and that is exactly what you need to do. Hold your confidence, hold your courage, hold your best, highest interests for you and those around you, and just go out and do it. Go out and do it. It does feel up until November, it's been almost like a holding period. Do you understand that? It's like a pen where we have, some of us have done a lot of deep working in the first half of the year, and then it became like we were floating and just waiting around. Now, there is a reason for this, and that's because now is your month. So you've done some work, you've done the healing that's needed, that's been brought forward from, it does feel like a lot of endings that have happened this year. Please do understand that these things are meant to happen. So, okay. There's going to be a couple of really nice surprises this month. It does feel as though you're going to be getting complimented on that change in your confidence levels, and that is just going to build you up even more. I do need to say, do not forget where you've come from, because in order to see where we're going, sometimes we need to remember where we've come from. And it's not about having to go back to that place, whether it's a physical, emotional, mental place, but just understand that in order to see where we're heading, sometimes we do need to take that step back. Now, Gemini, it does feel like for some of you, you're going to be stepping outside your box of anxiety, and that has been quite all-consuming this year up until now. It does feel as though that anxiety is going to lift somewhat. Okay, and I know that those that have sat within a period of no work, no employment, and seemingly hopelessness of not being able to find work, that too is going to change this November. Why do I need to give you the number 75? Okay, I don't know why I need to give you the number 75. Maybe you will understand that a little bit later throughout the month. For those that are practicing reading tarot and cards, this is going to be a month where there's going to be an opportunity for a new teacher to arrive within your life. And they're going to be able to bring through that information and knowledge and wisdom through you in order for you to move forwards with that practice. Now, don't be afraid to step away from all the dross that's going on around you, because everyone's journey is their own. Yours is yours to own, theirs is theirs to own, and we are on paths alongside one another for a certain period of time in our lives, but we're not always meant to spend that whole period of time in each other's pockets. So if you're feeling a little bit flighty be aware and check in with yourself about how balanced those relationships are within your life. For those that work with the moon and moon magic, or with releasing with the moon, this next full moon is going to be pretty huge for you. Just be aware of that, because I know that your energies become quite unbalanced when the moon is in its fullest phase, but this is your opportunity to release all that no longer serves you. And I know that you do that religiously, but just understand that there is going to be quite a bit to let go of this month. For those that have young children, it does feel as though you're going to get a little bit more support this month, whether that is physical support, emotional support, but just be aware of those people that are going to come into your life as a result of you needing a little bit of help. There is also going to be a period in the middle, around about the 18th to 20th of November, where you are going to stand your ground. Do not be afraid to do that. All the situations that give rise to that moment has led you to understand that you do have that courage within. Do not be afraid to use it. Do not afraid to be assertive, because your energy is important and how you protect that is also important. So say what you need to say. This really is a month of stepping into that courage, finding that extra courage and moving forwards after a period of holding. But also it's about understanding that you've got this. You've got this. Your life is absolutely in your hands and you can do anything you want to do. Any endings that do happen and are happening in November for you, I know that that may feel like really hard, really heavy, but understand that there is then a new beginning going to happen. For some of you, that is going to be stepping into November. You're going to find that. For others, you're going to find that closer to the new year and beyond. Okay, so it really is a month of digging deep. Digging deep, facing fears, saying what you need to say, and allowing the flow of endings and beginnings, so that you can then move forwards. And those that do suffer with anxiety, I know you're frightened, I know that it's hard, but by facing where you're at in the moment, accepting it, acknowledging it, when we do that, that then allows us to take another step. And sometimes it is just one step, and then another step, and then another step before you realise where you're at. So just be aware of that, Gemini. Those that have been single for quite a while may find that a friendship close to them is turning into more. That does feel like towards the third week of November. So just watch out for that. And if that's where, you're ready to go and a place that you want to go, then maybe that's where you need to use your courage this month. So courage, beginnings and endings, reaping the rewards of standing up and facing your fears or breaking out, and also looking at those hidden emotions and those closed boxes that you may have had and suppressed for quite a long time. So thank you so much, Gemini, for tuning in. I am here every day with daily guidance cards. They are very short videos and they are something designed to give you a little bit of insight into your day. I also do week ahead cards via video. You can find me on Facebook, Natalie Collins Intuitive Medium, and you can also email me at nataliecollinsmedium@outlook.com for a private reading. So do get in touch, do comment below, And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and bell icon. I'm going to send you so much love. I know that you can do this, Gemini. So stand up, take a deep breath, and move forwards until we see each other again. Ciao.